And now, Perfect Pairings, brought to you by Total Wine and More.
Bring out the booze.
All right. A, B, and C, 3 different rums, aged rums. So when you say aged rums, what are we talking? Are we talking 5 years, 10 years?
Yeah, so aging in rums is a tricky conversation, right? Rums don't have any real regulatory oversight, so they can say whatever they want, okay? Right. Now, for the most part, rums are, for the most part, honest, right? So that's why, rums from a reputable distiller that you trust is important, right? Because it's not like single malt scotch or bourbon that have that very strict rules that they have to follow and that they're policed. Even tequilas are policed. Rum is not. It's like a wild west category. So, and there's different kinds of aging. There's Solera aging and then there's straight aging. So, and there's a difference, and we can, we talk for a long time if we're going to get into the specifics of the two. But Solera aging is a blending of ages, and they arrive at a number. Whoa, these are serious pours.
Yes. This is business. Good thing, get the mattresses.
Yeah. Thank God she brought empanadas before. I hate saying empanadas.
Empanadas?
They're empanadas.
And hopefully they'll have some jalapenos on there too.
Yep.
But the thing is, Yami comes over here smelling all nice, and it's distracting over here, trying to drink some rum, and also I'm like, there's like a princess walking around here. All right, so A, B, and C, we've got. This one's pretty dark, man.
It's dark.
So very dark.
Finally, to answer your question, age rum, anything that has an age statement, because rums that don't have an age statement, they're not aged. They're like well drinks, right? They're for mixing, right? And so these are meant to be. We could have called it sipping rums. Right. We could have called it any of that, right? We wrote aged rums in the show notes.
It sounds better.
It could have been called sipping rums.
But this is kind of a new evolution in rum, because I think back in the day, I mean, they were all kind of like lighter. They weren't as,
for sure.
Yeah, they were all lighter, meant to be mixed, I guess. And you would try to sip them, and they were all very thin and bland.
They were rough on.
It's rough.
Sipping.
So this is very caramel looking, very sweet to the nose.
Yeah, but it is sweet, but it's not full on the nose.
Is that oak? Is that you smell? Is that the?
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh. It's aged in oak.
Yeah, but it doesn't have all of the caramels and
I tell you what,
candy apple
for someone who's getting over the sniffles over here. This is going to be great. This is going to open up everything.
It's like NyQuil.
A nice hug to the throat. Very nice. Not a lot of heat at the end of it.
No. It is balanced because it's got the wood and the sweetness are kind of in balance. It's not overly sweet and it's not overly woody.
Let's see what it does with the Lomo here with the Tuxtla.
There's not a lot going on though. In my view with A. It's kind of like a tame.
Yeah. I can put Coke in this.
And not feel like you've committed a crime?
Not feel like it, correct.
Yeah.
Very balanced, but nothing spectacular, right?
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah, I'm with you. You're downing it as if it was your job.
Well, it is, kind of.
No, but you know what? It does. It works well with the Lomo, believe it or not. I think it's not too high of an alcohol. I think it's like a 40%er.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's not high.
Yeah, and there's no heat at the end of it. That's what makes it very light.
I have no idea what we're tasting, but I want to say this is a Bacardi product.
Okay. Why is that?
It tastes not like a regular Bacardi. It tastes like a higher a premium like Bacardi expression, but it has that little bit of their like signature flavor. I think. I don't know. I'm going on a limb here. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but it is. I think that what you're trying to say. Mm-hmm. Sorry if I keep trying to translate, but I think people sometimes understand things different ways when you say the same thing, but you say it in different ways.
Yeah.
So I think, and tell me if I'm right, it feels a bit watered down.
It doesn't. It does feel aged, but
yeah,
but
watered down.
I don't know. It just reminds me like of something I've had with Bacardi before.
Because that's what, to me, that's what happens with some of the bigger producers,
Right.
is that they get too watered down, and that's why I said that it felt like a 40% alcohol by volume, right? Because they basically water it down to get to 40%. So
Okay.
I like higher ABVs. I always do.
Mhm.
Like there, you get more intensity of everything, and so
I mean, it does
there's
play.
nothing wrong with it though.
It does play well with the cigar. Again, nothing spectacular, but it's good.
So it's almost like Havana Club, Matusalem, Bacardi. Like it tastes like one of those like conglomerate, like big rum producers.
Okay, while I do agree with you, but I wouldn't throw Matusalem in with
Sorry, no.
even
I mean, it just
even though that's what it tastes like.
like it tastes like almost like Havana Club, but a much more. Even though I don't drink a lot, but I've had it before. The Cuban one. It tastes like an older, like more refined.
But I see where you're
version of
going,
that.
Ivan. It also feels like it's not a sin if you would put some cola in there.
Sure.
It wouldn't be like the worst thing in the world.
Yep.
Whatever company makes this will never advertise on this podcast.
No, we're not
all I
saying
can
it's
say.
terrible. We're just saying it's good. It's
That's my only contribution.
Yep.
Whoever this is like, fuck effing those guys.
from effing it. Maybe it wasn't Jasper. Maybe it was that guy who just slammed the door. All right, should we move to B?
Yeah.
Okay.
See who else we can piss off.
The day is young, my friend. The day is young. All right, so this one is a little lighter, a little more goldish.
Yeah.
Let's see what it smells like here.
All right, so this has a much more
Yeah, that's better.
full-bodied mouthfeel, right? Like
That's better.
Mm-hmm.
even though, the flavors are, let's say,
Yeah, it definitely.
no, it's viscose, right? Like it's thick. Like now I feel like, all right, now I'm drinking something aged that hasn't been watered down.
What's
past
that?
its
What's
point.
that finish? What's that finish at the end? It's not hot. It's not heat, but it's sort of like. It's kind of like a.
This is like Barbados, Haiti.
I think you're 100% right in terms of Caribbean.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
It
Caribbean.
feels Caribbean. I really like this.
Yeah, me too.
I think
The finish is outstanding. It's different.
this is, if you wanted a rum that was going to sit right in between these super sweet sipping rums and the classic dry rums of the Caribbean, like the classic ones, the old Cuban ones, the old Puerto Rican ones that were dry, that were used that obviously mixed very well in cocktails. This guy sits
Now-
right smack in the middle of that, right? Like it has some dryness. Like
Is that some coconut or something I'm
no,
tasting at the
it's
end?
like tannins. You have tannins in your mouth. They're gripping your tongue,
Yeah.
right? So it does have some oak tannins, but it has some sweetness. And I love the thickness of it, the viscosity.
This is you're on the beach.
Yeah,
You're on the
really
beach with
nice.
this one. You're on the
Yep.
beach for sure.
I'm digging this.
For sure.
it's very good.
How does it play with
It's
with the
not
cigar?
like it's not a monster on the nose, but on the palate it's super rich.
I like how it plays with the cigar because it's not your typical, again, big brand regular rum. It tastes like it should be something elegant and complex, and I think that goes well with all the complexity that the cigar has.
Oh, you were out of breath on that.
I'm just digging the finish on this. The finish is so good. Tropical, very like I'm sitting
Taste
under
a little bit of what you're talking about now.
right a little bit. It's not coconut, but there's something there, at the very end.
What is agricole?
Rum agricole is a subcategory of rum, but those are plantation rums
Right.
that I believe they do not use molasses. They use sugarcane,
Sugarcane.
what they call sugarcane honey, right? Which is that first press of sugarcane. I
So
believe
maybe
that's
maybe it's not coconut. Maybe it's like a sugar cane.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. But there's something there that it's kind of like there's something different about it, and you know me, different is always good.
Me too.
Different is
I
always good.
really enjoy it. I haven't focused too much on how it does with the cigar. But that, I took a sip and then maybe 30 seconds later, I took a puff. That's really nice.
So good. So good.
See, looks dark.
You know what it does on I'm trying to focus a little bit on the pairing because we didn't do a lot of it with A. We didn't focus too much on the pairing with A because I think we were kind of like, kind of fell flat. But on this one, what's happening is the pepper and earth are like, they're almost like wiped out, and you're left with that delicious chocolatey creaminess of the cigar when you have it with the rum and some caramel in there too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I really like these two together.
Truth be told, I can have this cigar with anything.
That's true. That's true.
I'm really enjoying the cigar.
There's,
For sure.
and that's a really good point. Because
You could have this. You could have this with some tea.
Anything.
You could have it, and it's true. So when you start off with such a good product, and it's not a overly powerful cigar, and it's not mild, so you're kind of in that sweet spot of it's super flexible. You can go with anything. So yeah, I agree. So anyway, it works really well with B.
Yeah. B is the leader in the clubhouse.
Shall we go?
C
Very
is-
impressed with that.
C
man.
looks like a
C is
monster.
dark, for
C
sure.
looks like a monster. It almost looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's orange.
Looks like a bourbon, right?
It has
it does.
tons of that caramel on the nose.
So good. So
Caramel,
classic.
vanilla.
Mm. Oh, this is so good. This is like ice cream. All right, here we go.
Yeah. So that's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stagger the sips that way we don't stay quiet for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's very good. It's not overly sweet. It's in balance. It has those sweet notes, but then it's balanced with dryness, citrus, caramel.
toasted oak.
Yeah.
You know.
This is
That's good.
Yeah.
this is cuddling.
No, it's really good, but it's not. So it's. I would say this is
excellent. Oh
this
my
is
gosh.
this is like a classic Central American style.
Central America. I
Yeah,
was
this
about
is
to say
like
that.
Guatemala or Nicaragua or
Panama.
This
Yeah,
is so good.
This
Oh
is-
my gosh.
this is classic Central America, but done extremely well. It is not cloying. It's not
It's not
overly.
what? Come again? It's not who?
No es empalagoso. Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
better? All right.
yeah.
So,
But what is that? In
cloying.
English? Cloying.
yeah.
Oh shit!
I thought he meant clawing.
I know.
And his tongue fell apart there.
My tongue has fallen apart quite a bit today.
Never heard that before.
You've never heard that?
No, thank God.
All right. How about some feedback? Let us know if you've
Has
ever
anybody
heard the
heard-
word
How do you spell it?
CLOYING.
Cloying.
Are you serious? You've
I've never
this
heard
word?
cloying. Listen, I am this many days old.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not where I thought we were gonna go. I thought we were gonna speak wonders of this thing because
Well, we
it is
are.
delicious.
We
very
are,
good.
but then you're dropping, a thesaurus on him, my friend. Merriam-Webster over
Didn't
here.
somebody else say something crazy today?
Tobacconist?
Yeah. Hello,
Clo-
this is Miriam.
Medium.
I'll be there 5:30. 5:30.
359.
What time? 3:59. Oh boy. That's after the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Send me a note at JRod Show and I'll explain to you what 3:59 means. But this, by the way, this is
C's awesome.
Not easy on the slamming of the.
this is top shelf, literally and figuratively, right?
Nah, this is really nice.
I would love to have B and C, both of those bottles in my house. Because, I mean, they're both very different, very nice
They are very different and excellent in their own right.
in their own right, of course. But
And you know what? Strangely, even though as dark and flavorful as C is, B actually has more viscosity.
really?
When you just feel the
There is a tiny
Oh.
bit at the end.
there's a thickness in
It almost
on your
makes
palate.
it fills your tongue sort of. It kind of makes the
The cloying go down a bit.
Well, by the way, cloying,
Cloying.
adjective, excessively sweet, rich, or sentimental, especially to a disgusting or sickening degree. A romantic, rather cloying story.
Thank you, Jimmy, for bringing that little tidbit there.
Yeah,
That's why he gets
You
paid.
guys thought I made up a word?
No, my friend. You know what? You get 37 Scrabble points. Congratulations. Double word score using the Y. Nicely done.
You're such a jerk.
And to Eric. Well, hey, look at the big brain on.
I think we're BSing.
No. This is
C is the winner, really
right?
freaking good.
C is not the winner, but C is the thoroughbred of this group.
Right? Yeah, I'm gonna go off script. B, although I love C on its own, with the cigar, B helps the cigar more than C helps the cigar. Even though I think it's a Central American, and obviously the cigar is all Central American tobacco. So I would love for it to be a better match. I think this little Caribbean B situation is a better match for it.
C is a good-looking guy who wins the lottery.
What does that mean?
It means it's an embarrassment of riches. C and the cigar put together.
Yeah,
it's an embarrassment of riches.
Do me a favor, like seriously, like you guys still have a little bit left.
Yeah.
Take a sip of C. Wait 1 second, and then take a couple of puffs of the cigar, and tell me if it doesn't take away from the cigar.
Yeah, I mean C is just so.
Yeah, it's too much. And maybe it's the alcohol level, maybe it's whatever. I don't want to drop another SAT word. In the cigar. Ahead. No, but definitely C takes away from the cigar, whereas B doesn't. It takes some of the other things that you may not want.
If we're talking pairings,
you agree?
You're spot on.
The alcohol level's higher on it,
clearly.
So yeah, that knocks it down a lot.
Right?
The flavors, yeah.
And so I don't want to do that.
You kind of have to wait a bit after your sip.
Yeah, so naturally, of course, can you have C with the cigar? Of course, you can have anything with the cigar, but in terms of like a better match, B is a better match to me in my
I
humble estimation.
Is it time for the reveal?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dímelo.
A is Matusalem Rum Gran Reserva with a 40% alcohol.
Yes.
It's 40. I knew it was 40, man. It was like...
Why? All right. Never mind. And B is Ron del Barrilito with a
good.
43%.
Very good.
Sounds good.
Del Barrilito.
Excellent.
Barrilito? All right. Yeah. That's easy
that's
for
the
me.
That's the 3-star Ron de Barrilito.
And this one I brought from Dominican Republic.
Wow.
No, from Nicaragua.
From Nicaragua. Flor de Caña.
What
And this is 130 anniversary, 45%.
Oh my God.
As advertised.
Yep.
I always bash Flor de Caña. And this was excellent.
That was
It was
fantastic.
very, very good.
Really, really good. But super surprised with that Ron de Barrilito.
Yep.
So good, right?
That was awesome.
So who's getting seconds here?
What?
I have a lot.
Do you know how much these are? Did you
Right.
say
Sorry
those?
about that. We were
Right.
gawking
I
at the bottles.
kind of always like to go over those.
No, that's fair, man. All right, I got the prices. So Total Wine has the Matusalem Gran Reserva 23 year. That one right there that Jimmy is showing you. By the way, if you're not watching the podcast, you can go to YouTube and watch it.
Yep.
So that one is $54.99. All right. The Ron de Barrilito, not available at Total Wine.
Got it.
It's $54.99 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then Flor de Caña, 130th anniversary.
$130.
$109.99.
That's
So
not
basically
bad.
$110.
No, it's really
That's
good.
not bad at all.
No.
Listen, those two, those are killer. Killer rums. I would carry that in my bar all day long.
Yeah.
So we're saying if we were going to do a pairing, we would go with the
Personally,
Barrilito.
I would go with the Ron de Barrilito because again, it's the 3-star. There may be other options out there. This is Ron de Barrilito 3-star, $54.99. very thick, very flavorful, very balanced. It's again, prototype Caribbean rum. I knew it was Caribbean because of its just the style that it was. That
De
it
la
was
Isla
distilled
de
in.
Encanto.
La Isla de Encanto, yeah. I
Puerto
was there
Rico.
recently, man. I love that place. All right, and then Flor de Caña tasted like, a fantastic expression of Central American rum.
It's the best Flor de Caña I've ever had.
There's no question
No
about that.
doubt about it.
So it is. It's called the 130th anniversary, but under the hood, it's a 20-year aged product, and that's why you get that color. That's why
it's amazing.
It's an excellent product, and Flor de Caña is a serious company. They're not BSing. So in terms of like I said earlier, picking a respectable or a distiller that is gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Flor de Caña is they're pretty good in that regard. So that's what we got, boys.
Amazing.
That was a
Amazing
good
as always. And thank you for hanging out with us with this. And as always, we want to remind you that Perfect Pairings is brought to you by Total Wine and More.
I
Where
prefer when you say total.
Total. Total.
I
Total.
like when you go British on the total.
Total. Tartary with the Irish and the tartary.
Oh, you brought back the
tartary with the whole H and the whole H molecules.
I love the whole H.
As always, Perfect Pairings brought to you by Total Wine and More, where you'll always find the right bottle at the right price with their lowest price guarantee. You can visit Total Wine and More at TotalWine.com. Now, a man whose cigar acumen is only matched by his tremendous beard.
Thanks for watching the Perfect Pairing segment of the Cigar Snob podcast. To watch the X's and O's segment, click here. And to watch the Share a Smoke segment, click here. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you're updated on the latest content we drop. Follow us on social media, cigarsnobmag.com, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And also hit the website. Go to cigarsnob.com. Check out what we got there. We got all sorts of content. Maybe join the mailing list. And that's it. Later.